someone is mewing here. You probably think it's a cat's kitten, right? No, it's a bird, and it's known for its cat-like mewing. The name of this North American endemic species, the Gray Catbird, is also related to this feature. This film is dedicated to it. In the film, we will tell you about the unique features and skills of the catbird, including, of course, the peculiarity of reproduction. In addition to being a very talented imitator of the sounds around it, the catbird is also an excellent singer. Its song can sometimes last up to 5 minutes and contain up to 170 different sound phrases.
Another special feature is that they are almost completely devoid of sexual dimorphism, not only in appearance, but also in behavior. For example, the female sings like the male, unlike many other birds. However, in a relatively low tone, both parents participate in the construction of the nest, and their participation is almost equal. While one builds, the other supplies the building materials to its partner. Periodically, they alternate and thus change roles in nest construction. They begin breeding soon after returning from winter migration countries.
They begin building the nest from late April to mid-May. The nest is usually built deep in a very shady bush. The nest is built of coarse plant material and lined with coarse but relatively thin branches, roots, and in some cases, pine needles. Thus, nest building lasts only a few days, and once construction is complete, the female lays 1 egg every day. The eggs are greenish turquoise in color and usually do not exceed 5 in per clutch. On average, a female lays 2 to 3 eggs per clutch. Gray catbirds typically raise 2 broods per summer breeding season, although they can occasionally have up to 3. It feeds on insects and berries, and the ratio of them is almost equal, 50 to 50. Unlike other birds, the catbird can detect the eggs of a cuckoo-like parasite called the brown-headed cowbird in its nest and remove them. This defensive habit certainly gives the catbird another unique trait.
Incubation lasts 12 to 15 days and is attended only by the female. During this time, the male hovers around the nest, providing food for the female and protecting the nest, although he is quite aggressive and attacks uninvited guests. The newborns are helpless, with their eyes closed and without feathers, but they grow very quickly and leave the nest on the 11th or 12th day after hatching. Let's take a closer look at the growth process of the babies from hatching to leaving the nest. At first, the parents feed the newborns only with insects. The feeding process continues throughout the day. At first, feeding is done in small portions and at a high frequency, every 7 to 10 minutes. As the hatchlings grow, the portion of food increases and the frequency of feeding decreases. The first 4 days of life, the newborns grow very quickly. They almost double in size every day. Look at how big the 3-day-old hatchlings are. Soon their eyes will open and their bodies will begin to be covered with feathers. Before that, the hatchling's thermoregulation is poorly developed, and in between feedings, the female sits in the nest and warms the hatchlings. During breeding, the parents work very hard, along with feeding. They are constantly responsible for the hygiene of the nest. For this purpose, they take out excrement in a timely manner. It is unclear whether they swallow the excrement or just transport it that way. Like the previous days, the 4th day was sunny and warm. The hatchlings are already quite large. Their eyes have opened and their bodies have begun to be covered with feathers. The hatchlings still need frequent feeding and periodic warming. The male actively helps the female at this time. In the meantime, a few more days pass, and on the 8th or 9th day after hatching, the babies already have well-developed eyesight and a cover of feathers. Along with the development of vision, the nervous system also develops rapidly. The hatchlings develops rudimentary defensive reflexes and respond to the sound signals of their parents adequately while responding to foreign signals with tonic immobility. They can already actively demand food, and this demand is several times longer than in previous days. With the development of muscles, the hatchlings can easily move around the nest, and with the development of balance and orientation functions, they can already maintain a vertical sitting posture. This makes it easier to eat and promotes digestion, lung ventilation, and blood circulation. As the hatchlings grow, the number of parasites and harmful insects in the nest increases. Therefore, along with the excrement, the parents periodically remove parasites and various insects from the nest and clean it to prevent damage and infection of the hatchlings. As their feathers grow, the hatchlings develop a grooming reflex. During this period, they are busy spreading and straightening their flight feathers and body cover feathers throughout the day. The 10th day has come and the hatchlings are almost ready to leave the nest. They periodically try to do this, but so far they have not dared. They will probably leave the nest at dawn tomorrow and disappears into the bushes, where their parents will continue to feed them for another 2 weeks and teach them the skills necessary for an independent life. Next year, the hatchlings will become parents themselves and, like their own parents, will raise a new generation with great love and care. This is the continuity and eternity of life.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, your comments, wishes, and stories are very useful for future videos and to improve Besso's channel. Please share the video link on other social networking platforms, forums, and wildlife websites so that as many people as possible can see how catbirds breed in the wildlife. See you later.
Bye-bye.